Namaste. Good morning, everybody. So today, according to Ayush, the Indian Ministry on Ayurveda, Yoga, a host of other traditional Indian sciences, has actually proclaimed that today is Ayurveda Day. And the reason that they have done that is to impress upon the world the value of what Ayurveda can bring. India, and Ayush specifically, is very interested right now in helping to raise the profile of traditional practices that can meet some of the epidemic proportions of lifestyle diseases facing our world. So last night we had this wonderful event at the House of Lords put together by the All-Party Parliamentary Group on Indian Traditional Sciences, organized by Amarjit Bhamra under the auspices of Lord Rana and Lord Stone. And I was asked to speak. Ayurveda is not my specialty, but understanding the value of traditional therapies in terms of their preventative and curative value is. So I thought, since we weren't actually able to do the live feed last night from the House of Lords because they wouldn't let us, that I would just give you an overview this morning, and I'd love to hear your thoughts. Or rather, more than an overview, actually tell you what I said. So, last night there were so many amazing contributions. We had a panoply of wonderful speakers, and I feel that I learned a lot. For example, I don't know if you know this, but mung beans, for example, something which is promoted in Ayurvedic diet, actually possesses a chemical that mimics an endogenous hormone. That means a hormone we create ourselves that helps to break down sugar, and was suggested as useful in the treatment of diabetes. So add mung beans to your diet. I know I'm going to. Also, I was unaware that dance, and obviously a specific type of dance, is considered part of Ayurveda as well, and I love that. And it further heightened my respect for the tradition, because what it expressed is that Ayurveda understands that there are so many aspects that lead to one's wellness, and arts and our experience of sublime joy when we are watching the arts is part of that. As a yogi, Ayurveda has always sat by my side as a sister science, and last night boosted my appreciation for this sister science tenfold at least. And it's abundantly clear to me that Ayurveda has so much to bequeath to the world of global and national healthcare. And this was also clear from some of the amazing talks where we had case studies from people who either had diabetes type 2 and were in a very serious state, or actually were even told that they had terminal cancer and used Ayurvedic lifestyles in order to heal themselves. So the proof was really there in the pudding, not just the research evidence, not just the statistics that I'm going to bang out for you here, but actual people whose lives have been completely altered. Okay. Now, I'm not sure if you're aware, but the WHO, the World Health Organization, is a stringent supporter of Ayurveda. And that includes the promotion of programs that focus on the global acceptance of Ayurveda, and they're involved in the preparation of guidelines for the safe use of Ayurvedic medicines because it does involve herbs, and also the parameters and standardization, sorry, my pronunciation this morning, of Ayurveda medicines. Now, I think the reason for this interest and commitment to the practice by the World Health Organization and the basic need for Ayurveda's inclusion into healthcare is actually the result of three factors. The first is this: technologies and medications, for which I'm sure most of the world is grateful, do not prevent epidemic levels of lifestyle disease. And here's a very interesting fact. In the 1920s, there was actually a surgence of Ayurvedic practices in medicine within society. But as a result of the advent of penicillin and insulin, these two silver bullets, which completely changed health parameters throughout the world, that was lost and only really returned to us in the later half of the 1900s, probably around the 1980s and 1990s. We saw this resurgence of interest in Ayurveda. And we also now recognize that although these medications are great, they do not prevent the epidemic levels of lifestyle diseases. According to the World Health Organization, of the 57 million deaths in 2008, which was the statistic that I was most easily able to extrapolate, 38 million of those, or 66%, were accounted for by what we call non-communicable diseases, or we more commonly refer to them as chronic lifestyle conditions. The WHO counts 4 root causes for this: tobacco use, poor diet, insufficient physical activity, and the overuse of alcohol. And allopathic interventions alone cannot prevent or even effectively manage their presentation. I was really impressed last night to find out this link as well between something called TNF-alpha, which is a major measure of inflammation, and diabetes. That I already knew, right? So when a person presents with type 2 diabetes, you will find high levels of TNF-alpha in their blood. But that, the use of Ayurvedic therapies can help to reduce the level of TNF-alpha. And that may be, once again, through products like mung beans, which help to break down glucose. And sugar is pro-inflammatory, and there are indirect pathways between taking sugar in and TNF-alpha creation. Should remind myself because I'm a lover of cakes. Anyway, already, Public Health England reports 70% of the budget is spent on chronic conditions, and still their incidence continue to rise to epic proportions. Keenly aware of this economic strain, the burden placed on individuals, healthcare systems, and society at large, the NHS is right now highly invested in preventative medicine and biopsychosocial methods of treating patients with chronic conditions. As Ayurveda is, according to the Chakra Samhita, an ancient Ayurvedic text, quote, not merely a system of medicine but a way of life, its ethos is necessarily preventative. Ayurveda practice educates patients about health maintenance and prevention in a manner that uniquely accounts for the physical and mental variations present in the person. And right now, allopathic medicine is only beginning to fully recognize that there are underlying physiological principles that patients respond to, and patients respond, both emotionally and physically to different treatments, and that variation in those treatments supports improved outcomes. It also enhances a patient's experience of autonomy because they can choose what they actually would like to use, thereby promoting self-efficacy, helping to reduce reliance on the health services, and thereby making for a healthier society. Aside from the strong preventative piece, Ayurveda is a multidimensional holistic practice that encompasses, wait for it, over 200 different types of treatments, which again effectively account for the unique needs of the individual. Therefore, Ayurveda is uniquely suited to support allopathic medicine in tackling lifestyle diseases. It accounts for all aspects of the person. That includes the body, the mind, the soul, and the behavior. It teaches appropriate diet in line with the unique constitution of the person, right? And Ayurveda teaches that there are 3 main types of constitution: Kapha, Pitta, and Vata, and that these 3 different constitutions require different kinds of foods. Right? It also offers practices that enhance mental health, a vital feature, as improved mental health is concomitant with improved positive lifestyle behaviors. When we feel better, we probably won't drink as much alcohol, run to get the next cigarette if we're trying to quit, or suddenly stuff our face with sugar, or just kind of fast and not eat because we can't digest anything. And research also reveals that its herbal remedies have fewer side effects than herbal medicine and may help to treat a host of different but related complaints. So in other words, if you take an Ayurvedic herb, you may not only be treating the thing for which you originally came to the Ayurvedic practitioner for, but something in addition as well. Another important reason that the World Health Organization supports Ayurveda in healthcare is there is an upsurge of interest in Ayurveda worldwide. According to Bandrayu in 2009, the demand for herbal products worldwide has increased at an annual rate of 8% from 1994 to 2001. And that was the last time there was a review. I'm sure it's increased even much more so in the last 15 years. And according to the World Health Forecast, the global market for herbal medicines is going to be worth $5 trillion by 2050. As of today, Europe and the United States are the two major herbal product markets in the world, and the US has a market share of 41% and Europe 20% respectively, so they make up 61% of the market. This data is consonant with the hype surrounding the international potential for Ayurveda products, so the public are extremely receptive to Ayurveda, and accordingly making Ayurveda available within the National Health Services supports freedom of choice in healthcare, which both the NHS and the World Health Organization are deeply committed to. It leads to a sense of equality and autonomy for the individual. Finally, the ethos of health defined in 1978 by the World Health Organization at the first International Conference on Primary Health aligns with the ancient Ayurvedic definition. It is a state, according to the World Health Organization, of complete physical, mental, and social well-being, and not merely the absence of disease or infirmary. God, sometimes when you're speaking, words just go blah. Now, according to another ancient Ayurvedic text, you'll see a great deal of... Now, I'm not an Ayurvedic practitioner, but I am deeply impressed with what it can offer humanity and believe that its further investigation and inclusion in national and global healthcare will help tackle combined economic, behavioral, and lifestyle issues in a patient-centered way. Surely, it is this potential that has led Ayush, the ministry in India, to declare International Ayurveda Day or National Ayurveda Day. I'm not sure which one we're at right now. So that health professionals and the public can begin to appreciate its profound capacity to enhance well-being and reduce crisis levels of non-communicable diseases. And I'd like to end with this quote from the Ayurvedic Journal written by Chandrari and Singh in 2011. They say, and I quote, Ayurveda, based on genuine fundamentals, has the longest uninterrupted tradition of healthcare practice, and its holistic approach to healthcare management emphasizes upon disease prevention and health promotion. If it opens up to incorporate emerging new knowledge into mainstream Ayurveda while maintaining fidelity to Ayurvedic fundamentals, it will certainly provide a broad-based opportunity to address the majority of problems that have emerged from the advent of new diseases and healthcare-related issues. I thank you for your time and namaste, and I'd like to add that Amarjeet, who organized this event, is offering an Indian head massage course through us on the 13th to the 15th of January. It is an accredited course, and he is on the register for Indian head massage, and it will include its use for supporting mental health. I hope to see you there. I hope to see you well. Namaste.